the Philippines. Indeed, it is a real beauty surrounded by rich bodies of water and enchanting islands. No wonder countless wars had broken out in the past between the natives and other countries who wanted to claim this captivating archipelago. And one of these is America. America supposedly helped the Filipinos in achieving their liberty against the Spaniards. Of course, the reason for that is this. Yes, this. Wait, no, it's not about business. Obviously, it's for us Filipinos to be independent and experience freedom. At least that's what Americans would say. Anyway, American colonial rule lasted for 48 years, from 1898 to 1946. For 48 years, several changes in terms of governance, laws, education, and culture were experienced by the Filipinos. And together with my friends, let's discover these changes brought by the American colonial rule in the Philippines.
A government is responsible for creating and enforcing the rules of a society. A new type of government means a new set of rules are needed to be followed. During the American colonization, the Philippines, despite having its own government system, had faced a new type of governance by the United States. Because of this political transformation, Filipinos' way of life was soon changed and gradually became immersed in the basics of good government and the tenets of democratic governance. Right after the surrender of Manila in August 1898, the Philippines went under the American tutelage and established military government in the country, which lasted from 1898 to 1901. This was governed directly by the President of the United States in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Armed Force.
On March 2, 1901, Senator John Spooner implemented the Spooner Amendment and is the reason why the military government in the Philippines ceased to exist. This law states that all military, civil, and judicial powers needed to govern the Philippines will be directed by the President of the United States. After the said condition, the first civil governor, Judge William H. Taft, established a civil government in the Philippines, which is inaugurated on July 4, 1901. Taft was also the head of the Philippine Commission, and his title Civil Governor was changed to Governor General in 1905. Taft was described as a well-loved governor in his time, and he promotes the welfare of the Filipinos.
Law. Law is indeed a powerful word that may either free you or punish you. Your choice, your fate. Philippines has undeniably thrived in the period of American colonization. Aside from the Americans giving freedom to the life of Filipino people, it imposed laws and policies that will help Filipino to escalate their status from being Indios during the Spanish ruling to a freeman, a Malayang Filipino in their time. During the American period, there is two commissions that was founded, Sherman Commission and the Taft Commission. Among the two, the Taft made a long-lasting legacy, having its first law dedicated to rehabilitation of roads and bridges. By August 1902, it passed 400 laws that give Filipino more rights in the government, rights to education, and alike. Nonetheless, the Army Appropriations Act made the lasting impact for the Philippines as it established a self-governing government which freed the Philippines from American ruling. Above everything, the mentioned laws are some of the notable and significant laws in the American period.
Before anything else, I want to ask you, what do you think Americans contributed to the education of the Filipinos? Well, Americans introduced the idea of free education to the Philippine Islands. The United States even sent teachers to help establish schools where the Filipino children could have a free education. A large group of these teachers were called Thomasites. named after the boat that they came on, which is called Thomas. You know what? Americans. I give you an A+ for that. Americans started opening schools in Manila. The Philippine public school system was established by Virtue Act No. 74 in January 1901. Again, this is to provide primary education and establishment of a school for Filipino teacher trainees. Thomasites taught the rudiments of the English language and the way of life of Americans. Then, 114 years ago, the University of the Philippines was established. Still, that's under the American colonial rule. As we all probably know, UP is known until now especially for its famous statue, the Oblation, which was installed in year 1935. There are also higher education institutions established, which are the Central Escolar University and the Philippine Women's University. On February 17, 1905, the Philippine Constabulary School was established, which is known as PMA now, that is located in Baguio.
I know you're all excited to hear the massive changes in the culture caused by American here in the Philippines. So what are you waiting for? Let's start. The first and foremost, it's clear that the English language is the one of the major influence that Americans imprinted to us Filipino. Even today, most Filipinos can't help but mix in English word when they speak. Taglish as a literary became part of the culture. Another, American give the Filipino something that Spaniards did not, and that is religious freedom. When the United States took over the Philippines, the Filipino began to be free to join whatever religion they wanted. But that's not all. The American also trained the Filipino in the various physical activities, outdoor games such as softball, football, volleyball, and indoor games like bowling, billiard, table tennis, poker, blackjack, and other card games became increasingly famous. The Americans emphasized the importance of sports activities to improve physical fitness. They also inculcated in the minds of the players the notion of sportsmanship. All of these influence that Americans invaded to our culture. I'm not actually surprised that Filipinos became literally brown.
Wow! That was an amazing discovery, isn't it? It is really indeed that we, the Filipinos, have experienced a lot and huge changes at the hands of Americans. But still, in their conquest, they improved our economy, system of government, education, laws, and culture. And up to this day, most of us still do and even incorporate those changes and experiences into our daily lives. How about you? Are there any usual things you do that you know we got from foreign Americans? Have you learned new ones that were influenced by them? Share it with us. With that, thank you for joining us in discovering these changes brought by American colonization in our country. Hoping you guys learn a lot of new information from our presentation. See you for the next discovery. Have a great rest of your day.